Welcome to MNCPPC, Department of Parks and Recreation's Fun Fresh Summer Smoothie and Cooking Session. Get ready to experience a live demonstration by a certified health coach and professional clinical herbalist. In this session, you will learn tools to create simple, easy, and tasty treats for you and your family to enjoy this summer. Be sure to share what you learned during this session with a friend or family member.
Welcome to MNCPPC, Department of Parks and Recreation's Fun Fresh Summer Smoothie and Cooking Session. Get ready to experience a live demonstration by a certified health coach and professional clinical herbalist. In this session, you will learn tools to create simple, easy, and tasty treats for you and your family to enjoy this summer. Be sure to share what you learned during this session with a friend or family member. Again, welcome, and just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Edleen Dormaville, and I am a health and wellness assistant with the Department of Parks and Recreation. Before we begin, let's go over a few housekeeping items. You should see a microphone icon at the bottom of your screen, like you see here on this screen. You will need to click this icon to mute yourself. We would ask that you remain muted to limit any distractions during the program. Next, I want to draw your attention to the camera icon. You will use this to turn your camera off and on. Please be mindful that when your camera is on, all participants joining this evening will be able to see your screen. You have the option to keep your camera on or turn it off, but remember we want to minimize distractions throughout the program and keep the focus on the presentation being provided. Next, I would like to show you how to pin a participant. To do this, you will need to click on the Show Participants icon. In the Participants column, select the individual you want to view on your screen, then click or tap the three-dot icon to reveal a menu. From the drop-down menu, select Pin for Me. The pinned participant becomes the focus in your screen and only your view, regardless of the speaker. To unpin, repeat these three steps and select Unpin. Repeat the same process to pin an additional participant. Please note, if you are in a web browser, the PowerPoint presentation will be in a smaller window at the top or bottom of your screen. Next, I would like to draw your attention to another Teams feature. You can turn on live closed captions during the meeting. To do this, you will click on the three dots for more options. Then you can scroll down and find the option that says Turn on live captions. Then you will start to see captions at the bottom of your screen. You may choose to turn this feature on if needed. The last icon I want to tell you about is the chat icon. This will allow you to ask questions throughout the program. To type a question, you will click on the icon like the one you see on the screen to bring the chat box, and it should take you to what you will see on the next slide. Okay, once you see the chat box as you see on the screen here, there will be a space for you to type in your question. Hit enter and we will see your question on the screen. Please ask questions throughout the program, and there will be time at the end to answer any questions. We are looking forward to having a great discussion. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our trained professional for the evening, Roslyn Law. Roslyn Law's education has equipped her with extensive knowledge in holistic nutrition, health coaching, clinical herbs, and preventative health. Drawing on these skills and her knowledge of different dietary theories, she works with clients to help them make lifestyle changes that produce real and lasting results. Law received her training as a health coach from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition's Innovative Health Coach Training Program. She also received training as a clinical herbalist from the Mid Atlantic School of Herbalism and the Smile Herb Shop. As a clinical herbalist, she can provide a complete assessment and recommend a customized list of herbal remedies for her clients. She uses food, herbs, and exercise for healing and maintaining a heavenly body. Welcome, Roslyn.
Oh, Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That was awesome. I want to welcome everyone and thank you for joining me. And today, did you say today's topic yet? What is
I
today's
believe we
topic? What
did
is
at
it
the
called?
beginning.
Oh, okay. So today's topic is, I believe, is healthy desserts. Well, that's what I'm going to call it. Healthy desserts for sure, for sure. And so it's summertime, officially summertime. And, we've been doing a lot of eating during the winter and the springtime, and now it's summer. And some things we like to eat. It's just some desserts that we just love. Like for myself, let me just talk about myself. I like peach cobbler. I like lemon anything. But for the last, I would say 11 years at least, I've been doing healthier desserts. And when I say healthier desserts, that means that it's healthier sweeteners. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today is one of my favorite desserts is a black bean brownie. That's my favorite. And acai fruit bowl. And so I think I'm going to start with the acai fruit bowl because the acai fruit bowl is something that we will probably crave a little bit more as it gets warmer outside, as it gets, not 90, 95, even some people in the high 80s, little, extra hot, extra heat. And so this acai fruit bowl will be delightful during the summer, during the hot months, right? And so I'm just going to get to it. Acai. How many? Okay, so first, let me just say this. You can talk back, just type in the chat. Feel free to ask me any questions, and I'll do my best to answer your questions as it comes along. We have the young lady, I'm not sure who's actually answering at telling me the questions, but reading the chats. But feel free, this is a non judgmental zone. No question is a wrong question, and no answer. Some answers might be wrong, but anyway, it's no judgment. Okay. All right, so here we go. Acai. What about that acai fruit? Acai fruit. And so, what I'm going to do is make an acai fruit bowl. And then I'm going to tell you the ingredients as I'm putting it in. But then also, I'm going to talk about the acai fruit a little bit in a minute. I think I'll just go through it first. So I have a blender. Why do I have a blender? Because I'm going to mix my fruit and my yogurt. So the first ingredients is almond milk. Almond milk. So it's about 3/4, and you're going to get you're going to receive the recipes after this. So I'm going to use 3/4 cup of almond milk, and so you can use any type of plant-based milk that you choose. 3/4 cup of almond milk. I use almond milk. I use oat milk. I use coconut, cashew, and cashew milk actually will make it really nice and creamy and smooth, which is what we're going for anyway. All right, the next thing I'm going to use is a yogurt. Now, this is a plant based yogurt as well. This is a plant based yogurt, and you can get them at Whole Foods, Wegmans, Mom's Market. I'm using a half a cup of plain. Now, you can get the vanilla unsweetened, or you can get the plain yogurt. I also like Greek yogurt as well. I like Greek yogurt too. So that is the yogurt. All right, now for our acai berries. So listen, I'm going to show you these packets. All right. These packets, they come in the frozen section at the store, at Mom's, at Wegmans, at Whole Foods. And this particular one, oh, I would head it upside down, is acai packs. This particular one has kale and spinach in it. So it has the acai fruit and the kale and the spinach in the pack already. So you want to get, this is, I think it's a 12 pack. It comes in a box or a bag, frozen. You keep it in the freezer and you pull it out when you need it. So I'm going to just pour it over in here. And sometimes they have kale, sometimes they have spinach, sometimes they just have it all by itself, just the the acai fruit. I'm going to put it in here frozen. Got to squeeze it out. I'm getting it all because I'm telling you, it costs. Everything has gone up a little bit. Okay, so that's one packet. You're going to use 2 packets of the acai fruit. There we go. How about that? Just pour it in there. Acai. All right. Now, I'm going to add some more fruit to it. I'm going to add some blueberries. Blueberries.
How much?
Now I got, okay, how much? She said, how much? A half a cup. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. A half a cup of blueberries. I'm going to use a half a cup of strawberries, and all of these are frozen. That's one thing about, oh, this is what I wanted to say. I was talking about everything is so expensive. Well, it's not as expensive if you buy it frozen. The fresh berries, you get a little container like that of blueberries. Right now, it could be about $5 or $6, so $7 sometimes. But the frozen fruit you can get from Aldi's or Lidl, Trader Joe's, frozen bags. It's pretty reasonable. And not only that, you're frozen. This is the biggest part. The frozen, you can keep them in the freezer. It's only berries that's frozen. And so you can put it in the freezer and you can take out as much as you need, close it up, put it back in the freezer. So I tend to buy a large bag. So I might pay $5.99, $6.99 for a large bag, but I'm going to distribute it. Listen, I'm going to use it wisely. I'm going to use that large bag for several recipes. All right. Now I have a banana, one whole frozen banana. Now did you all know? I just realized that you can get frozen banana slices frozen in the frozen food section. I saw them. But guess what? You can also buy 2 bananas and it'll be cheaper than that. I'm just saying. All right. So next, so far, let me go over it again. So far, I have 3/4 cups of plant-based milk. I use almond milk. And then I have a half a cup of plain non-dairy yogurt, half a cup of frozen blueberries, half a cup of frozen strawberries, and 1 banana frozen. All right. Let me say something about that banana frozen. So when you, I think I talked about this the last time I was here when I did the smoothies. When you use your banana, when you freeze your banana, make sure you peel it first. Peel the banana. You can cut them up if you want to. If you don't, it's okay. And then put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer. And as they ripen, they are sweeter, just naturally sweet sugar. Okay. So you can use your frozen banana and stop throwing your bananas away when it starts getting brown. Just peel them, put them in a Ziploc bag, and put them in the freezer. And then we have the acai packets. And it's called acai puree. It's puree. Basically, that's just blended acai berries and then frozen. And this one is kale and spinach. If you don't want the kale and spinach, don't do the kale and spinach. I like it. I didn't mind it. And so that's what I did. All right. So what I'm going to do now is blend it. And you're going to blend it on low. Blend it on low. And then also, this is another tip. Make sure you put your liquid in your blender first. So if you notice, I put the almond milk in first because that's at the bottom and it will start to blend evenly. And that's one of the secrets of making a really, really nice anything in a blender. You start off with whatever's liquid first. All right, so I'm gonna turn the blender on low. Make sure it's on low. And I'm going to blend it. That's good right there because I have a high power blender. I have a high power blender. And I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to come a little closer.
So we
And
have
then
two.
you
We
have a
have two
question?
questions. Yeah. So I have
Sure, go
one.
ahead.
Someone wants to know, does the acai packets come fresh or is
Does it
it
come?
only frozen? I'm not
You
sure.
yeah, you find it frozen only. I've never found it fresh.
And someone wants to know the name of the acai packet so that they can look for it in the store.
Sure. Sambazon. It's organic. It's called Sambazon. Sambazon.
It's usually in the smoothies area. So when you're buying like frozen fruits for smoothies, it's typically on like in that
Absolutely.
side of the
And that
freezer.
Sambazon. And it comes in a whole pack. And inside the pack are these little packets. I mean, it comes in a bag, and
Hmm.
inside the bag are these packets. Okay.
Do you know of
And
other options for the acai packets? Do you mean like other flavors, Yolanda?
the other flavors would be if they're talking about flavors, I normally see it plain, but this one is kale and spinach, and I don't mind kale and spinach in mine.
She said, "Do you know of
So
any other brands?"
I don't know of any other brands. Um, I would think Whole Foods, they have their own brand, their own label 365. And each store, I believe Wegmans may have their own as well. But I'm not 100% positive about any other brand. This is the one that I normally get when I do prepare it. Have any more questions?
Nope. We have one person said Costco sells them too. So if anyone is a Costco member,
Ah, that is so true. I remember seeing it at Costco. As a matter of fact, Costco, I believe, has a acai juice too, the thick acai juice. So that's a good additive. You could use acai juice. Somebody's onto something. You can use the acai juice instead of the almond milk. Let that be your liquid, and it really be very, very, very nice. Oh, very nice. Let me tell you a couple of benefits. Well, let me put it in my bowl. So you could get a nice little glass bowl. Now, I was going to say, I like um, I like blending it with just not blending it. I still like a little bits and pieces of my fruit, is what I'm trying to say. So if you like it smooth and you blend it a little bit longer, um, and it would be a smooth recipe. But if you're like me and I like a little bits and pieces in there, that'll be it. Now let me say this. What I don't have here, a great additive is some granola. You can add granola in here. And as I said, I like my bits and pieces of fruit. So I'm going to add some more fresh strawberries in here. I'm going to add more. Can you all see me? I'm going to add more blueberries in here. And I'm going to add more banana, just a whole banana. Then, like I said, you can add some nuts in there. You can add, this is a little bit thinner than I normally, I'm going to come around. Now you can add your nuts, you can add granola, you can add some more berries, whatever. If you notice, I did not add any sweetener. And you know what? It could be a little bit thicker than this. I was trying to make it not a lot because you all are not here and I didn't really want to eat all of this.
So we have one question. Does it have more of a sour taste, as I didn't see any sweetener?
Right. I didn't add a sweetener. Now you can add one if you like. You can add a little bit of raw honey if you like. But rule of thumb, if you have your fruits, or if your fruit, you know, the fruits that I just added on top and some granola, it'll be sweet enough. The point is getting a nice, cool snack and going for it. I love it. And if you like yogurt, it's great. It's a great snack. Now, your bowl doesn't have to be this big. You can make it a big bowl like this, and then put it over in little cups and serve it to guests around the pool or on your deck in the summertime, right? Just think about it. But yeah, you can add some sweetener if you like. I like it. Let me tell you all some benefits of the acai berry. Whew. First of all, the acai berry is high in antioxidants, antioxidants, and it will also help in weight loss, great for your skin, heart health, and your digestive system. Great for immunity. It's an immune booster and can increase your energy level. The acai berry. So the acai berry is from a palm. It's called acai palm in the Amazon. So you're not going to see an acai fruit around here for sure. Um, so I was talking about some of the benefits. Great for your heart health. We talked about that. Great for heart health because it can help regulate your blood pressure. So it's a great fruit for your blood pressure if you're experiencing some issues with your blood pressure. Also, I said may aid in weight loss, and also the skin and your digestive system. All right, so it's great. But also very high in vitamin C. So it's amazing. I love acai fruit. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Vitamin A, vitamin E, and vitamin C. That acai berry. Vitamin A, vitamin E, and vitamin C. Any questions?
No questions.
All right, all right, all right. All right, next, I'm going right to my favorite. This is my favorite, you guys. My favorite, absolute favorite. Let's see what I'm going to do with this. I'll put this right here. All right. Let me just put this here. Let me get rid of this. My favorite is my black bean brownies. Black bean brownies.
We have one more question about the smoothie. It said, to make it thicker like ice cream, what should we do?
So what I did was, let me just say this. I have my berries. If you put your whole cup of berries, your whole cup of strawberries, and the whole banana and everything that followed the recipe, it will be thicker. I try to do, I did less, not thinking, but I did less. And that's why it came out a little soupy. But I'm still going to eat it. I'm still enjoying it and it still tastes good. It's just, I understand you want it to be a little thicker. So what I'm going to do to this is add some granola to it, just add some substance to it. Um, but like I said, your berries, your whole cup of berries, your strawberries, blueberries, and then your banana, it will make it thicker. The consistency will be thicker. All right. Did I answer that? We good?
Yep, looks good.
All right. All right. Let's get to the, I like to call it the star of the show. All right. It is the black bean brownies. I really know this whole recipe. I've been doing this for a while. All right. We're going to use, so listen, this is what I have to say. Normally, I use coconut nectar. Coconut nectar is on the recipe. It's on the recipe. Coconut nectar is a sweetener. It has a little tad bit taste of coconut. Not very strong. But I went to Wegmans. I went to Mom's. I went to Whole Foods. I cannot find coconut nectar. I don't know if they, if something happened with the pandemic, they're not making it. It's too expensive to make right now. It's not being grown. I don't know what the deal is, but I could not find it. So, what I'm going to do today, and what you can do if you decide to make this, is just use the raw honey. So, normally you would use half a cup of raw honey and half a cup of coconut nectar. Both of these are plant based. Well, the nectar is plant based, coconut nectar is plant based, the honey is from a bee. Both of them are much better for you than the regular refined sugar. All right. So I'm going to add my 1 cup of raw honey. And you all know honey has a lot of medicinal benefits to it. So we're using the raw honey. Where's my 1 cup? And notice I said I'm putting the liquids in first, right? Raw honey. I love it. And your Manuka honey is really, now Manuka honey is expensive, but it's very good for you, very beneficial. All right. Now, next, I am using two eggs. 2 eggs. It's liquid, so I'm going to go ahead and put them in here next. These are organic brown eggs. That's just my choice. You don't have to use organic eggs if you don't wish to. That's my choice. Using 2 large organic brown eggs. All right. Next is cacao powder. Now, let me show you. I know you all like this. This one is from Wegmans. Cacao. And why do I say cacao and not cocoa? Cacao. Here's the package here. Cacao powder. And this is unsweetened, all natural cacao. It's from the cacao. It looks like it resembles a coconut. It's a big pod, and you break open the pod, and there's little teeny pods of chocolate. It's called cacao. All right, not cocoa. And so we're using a half a cup of cacao powder. And like I said, because it's unsweetened, then that's why we add the honey to it. Or the coconut nectar. I'm so mad about the coconut nectar not being around.
So we have one question. Are these recipes in the book?
In what book?
I don't know. Maybe someone wants you to write a book.
Who asked that question? That's funny.
Someone named Yvette.
You said Yvette?
Yes. Welcome, Yvette.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Yvette.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
Yvette. Do I,
Hi there.
looks like I've seen you before.
Huh.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Well, what
But
book
my
are you
video is
speaking of?
frozen for some reason. So I'm not seeing the whole presentation.
Ah,
For some
okay.
reason my video is frozen. I don't know why. But I'm speaking of your book, your recipe
Absolutely.
book.
It's in my book. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's in my book for sure. Yes.
Great.
This it had to be in there. It's my favorite.
All
All
right.
right. So we did the thank you for asking. All right.
Sure.
So
Thank you.
over here, I should have done this first. I got a little excited. Over here in my pan, I am putting in, let me see, can you all see my pan?
No.
Okay, let me pull it over.
We do have one question while you do that.
Sure.
Someone says, I have date syrup. Can I substitute the coconut nectar for this? So can they use date syrup instead of
So
coconut nectar?
let me tell you, let me go ahead and give you all of your alternatives. Date date syrup is wonderful. So what I'm getting at is any plant-based sweetener, and that's what we were talking about. That's what makes it a little bit healthier. Is any plant-based sweetener. Let me put this in here. This is coconut. I'm gonna talk about that for a second, but I want to get my beans going. This is coconut oil. We're gonna put um, my coconut oil. I'm putting a half a cup, which is about 4 teaspoons of coconut oil in my pan. You all know coconut oil is amazing. It's great for um, everything, all types of ailments, coconut oil.
We
So I'm
can't
putting
see
the,
the pan.
you still can't?
No.
Well, what, right here?
Um,
Well, what in the world? Okay, so what to do? Let me see if I can move it over a little bit more. I gotta watch my cord. Tell me when you can see it. No, you can't see it now?
okay. I can see it now. Other other participants said they can see it, so I think we're good now.
Oh, okay, good. Whew. All right. My coconut oil is there, and I have that on medium. And then I'm adding my black beans. Black beans, you can get a can of black beans. I like organic black beans, of course. And I rinse the beans. I rinse them really well and strain them before I use them. And what the reason why I'm putting it in the pan with the coconut oil is to kind of soften them up a little bit more. Now, because they're in the can, they've been cooked a little bit, right? And then, but sometimes they're still a little bit hard. And so I want to kind of cook them a little bit more. I should have had that in there at first. All right. It doesn't take long for sure. All right. So I want to address this sweetener while this is going. Let me check my time. Okay, we're doing good. We want to address the sweetener. So the person asked me about date syrup. Perfect. Coming from a date, that's a plant-based sweetener. Also, you can use coconut sugar. Coconut sugar is coming from the coconut. Would be perfect with this if you're using the coconut oil. All right. So coconut sugar. Also, there's date sugar. There is brown rice syrup. Brown rice syrup. It's amazing. It's not very nice. Very, very light. All of these are very light sweeteners. And when I say light, I mean light in taste. It's not going to taste anything like regular sugar, just lightly sweetened. Okay. Then another one is monk fruit. Some people are using monk fruit. Monk fruit is great. Monk fruit is wonderful. So you can use monk fruit. Um, Date. You can use something else. One more I was going to say. Date. Anybody else have any talking about plant-based sweeteners? If you use stevia, like you could use a liquid stevia or a powdered stevia, but you're just going to use a little bit, just a little bit of stevia. That stevia can throw the thing all the way off a little bit. If you're familiar with the stevia, it will throw it off a little bit. So you want to use just a little. You can add more, but you can't take it away if you dump it all in there. And then it'll be a little different. I won't say ruined, but it'll taste a little different. And then you'll learn a lesson what not to do the next time with that stevia. All right, so I'm going to next add a pinch, and you can leave this one out. It's optional, but I'm going to add a pinch of sea salt, just a pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt, and then I have my baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. All right, so I'm going to go through it again. I'll go through it again. We have 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 cup of the cacao, that's the chocolate cacao. We have 2 large brown eggs. Doesn't have to be brown. I just said that. 1/4 cup of coconut oil, a pinch of sea salt, optional. 1/2 cup of coconut nectar syrup, if you can find it. If you can't find it, you can substitute the 1/2 cup with more honey, which is on here, or you can substitute it with your date syrup, your brown rice syrup, your coconut sugar, any other plant-based sweetener. And then you have 1 can of black beans, rinse them really well and strain them. 1/2 cup of honey, raw honey. If we don't have the coconut nectar, we can use a whole cup, right? And then what I have also, which I'll show you in a second, is the cacao nibs. And these are really just little chocolate, hard chocolate. They call it cacao nibs. They're broken up chocolate. And I put that on top. You'll see it in a second. All right. Now my beans are ready. Pause that. My beans are ready. I'm going to add my beans to my blender with the coconut oil in there. So it gives you your batter of a nice oil, right? You use oil for some of your baking. I'll put that to the side. That to the side. All right, here we go. Now, if you have a high power blender, like I do with this Vitamix, then it's not going to, let me tell you, you're going to blend it until smooth, approximately 3 minutes. If you have the high power blender. There's one thing I wanted to say about something I wanted to say. It'll come back. All right, here we go.
So we have one question.
Sure.
I have cacao nibs. Would I use the same amount as the cacao powder?
No, you have to use cacao powder. I'm going to show you what the cacao nibs are for in a second. This is just the top. Top it off so you can have a nice little brownie bite with a little crunch to it. It's optional. but I love them. I'll show you in a second.
Is it like chocolate chips?
Yes, it's like chocolate
Okay.
chips, but it's all natural, 100% cacao. I'm going to push this down with my tamper. Got to get it really nice and smooth. I'd like to know, does anybody have a Vitamix? I love my Vitamix. I've been using Vitamix for about 15 years now. I have three. Three of them.
So we have one person says they have a Vitamix. Someone has a Ninja. I have a Ninja too. Oh, someone else has a Vitamix and they love it. Someone says they have one, but it makes a lot of noise. It makes more noise than yours. We have a couple Ninja users.
That's funny. You said it makes more noise than mine. I like it.
Hey, I'm listening to the ladies. Are you listening to the thing that you sent me from the wellness?
What'd you say?
Oh, we have someone who
Was talking. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yes. Nice and creamy and smooth. Very nice. All right, here we go. All right, so it came back to me what I was going to say. While you're blending, while you're doing all this, you go ahead and preheat your oven to 375. Nice 375 preheated oven. Now, you can put them in a pan, to make it a loaf pan if you like, whatever your preference is. But I like putting them in the bites. I like putting them in the little cups, little muffin cups, little teeny mini muffin cups. Why? Why do you think I like doing it like this with the little teeny muffin cups? Guess.
portion
Somebody
control.
guess. Who said that? Did you say that? You weren't supposed
No,
to.
Yvette said that.
Yvette said that. Absolutely. Portion control.
I was gonna say so that it's easy to store them. You can just put them in a Ziploc bag and kind of just grab one
And so
at a time.
to that point for sure. And that's what I do. And so I will make sure this is stable. I will put them in the oven, let them cook, come out, and then I'll get, like you said, a gallon bag, Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer. I put them in the freezer. And then so when I want, so this is the thing about portion control, Yvette. I'm just saying, this is when this is kind of things I have to do to make sure I'm staying on target with my health goals. I put them in the freezer and then I have to think about it. Like, oh, I need some chocolate. I need a brownie. So therefore, in the morning, I'm going to take it out of the freezer. I might take two out and then put the bag right back in there, the rest in. So that means that I'm only going to eat two. But guess what? Most of the time, when you are craving chocolate, it means that you're deficient in iron and magnesium. So that means that when you get your little teeny bite, you bite it, you take it in, and that pretty much may satisfy your craving. Until the next time, you need to go, uh-oh, this is not, uh-oh, it's falling. I was trying to make it higher. So let me go down to the table. I don't want to make a disaster here. So so portion control, getting just what you need from the little bite. This here will make these are 24 little cups. Or like I said, you can make a loaf. Like during Christmas time, I might make a loaf. But most of the time, I would do these little ones, grab them out of the freezer, get my little fix, and call it done. Yes. This is a little tedious here. But your oven is on, waiting for it. Does anybody have any questions while I'm finishing this up?
Yes, how long do you bake it?
Oh, very good question. So about 20 minutes or less, depending on your oven. But definitely at least 20 minutes. Doesn't take long. You'll know because your house will start smelling, oh, delicious. Like a chocolate factory. And this is dark chocolate. That's what I wanted to say. This is a dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is better for you instead of that milk chocolate. Better for you for sure. A lot of iron, a lot of magnesium. You know, some people are allergic to chocolate. I'm glad I'm not one of them. And really, I just crave chocolate just sometimes, not all the time. All right, let me see. I think I have one more. I like to do this. Fill them up, fill them up, fill them up, fill them up. You can use larger cups also, like cupcake cups, if you like. It's yours. You can do whatever you like. Whatever you like. All right, let me stop that. All right, so now my nibs. These are little hard nibs. I'm going to top them. Just sprinkle them on top to give it a little crunchy bite. Just sprinkle them on top before I put them in the oven. Yes. My favorite. Did I tell y'all this is my favorite? So if you are with me, you could have a sample. So hopefully soon we'll be back in person. I have to do it again. Oh, I didn't get that one, and I didn't get that one. These little nibs, they kind of remind you of like coffee. All right, so there we go. Let me come around here. And so we have them in here. You're going to put it in your oven, 375 preheated for at least, at the most 20 minutes. You're going to watch them. It just depends on the heat of your oven. You know, how hot your oven gets. And then let me show you the finished product. Here we go. I had to make these yesterday, you guys, because we don't have enough time for me to put them in the oven and bring them out today. I'm going to put these in the oven though, the batter I just made. But does that look amazing?
It looks delicious.
Yes, I love it. So the little cup, portion control, right? Portion control. And so, you know, I have to make sure I taste it for you. know I have to
Someone
make sure.
asked, can you do this in person so we can taste these?
Ah,
That is the popular question we
that's the
all
question, right?
want a piece.
Look at that. Isn't that perfect? Nice. Perfect. Mm.
Someone said it's amazing that the base is black beans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Some people use chickpeas or garbanzo beans, but I like to use black beans. And it's high in protein because you know the beans are protein, right? Make
Definitely.
these for the children. They don't like beans. Hide them in the brownie. Mm, my favorite. Black bean brownies. Delicious. Delicious. And I'm going to put these in the oven. And then I'll have a whole tray. I'll have to put some in the freezer.
Someone
All
said,
right.
do you ever use carob chips?
What is it?
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right. Carob chips?
Oh, carob.
Carob. Okay.
It's CAROB.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
carob chips.
I have done carob before. Um, Carob is a little bit lighter in taste for me. Um, not as potent as a chocolate. So I guess I would say any any person who wants to get the benefits of a chocolate but don't like that real potent flavor of chocolate, then carob would be your answer. But yeah,
Someone said,
I've not used it in my black bean brownies though. No, 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 no,
I can see
no.
the wheels turning though. It looked like you're thinking about doing it.
Thinking, thinking about.
Someone says, would they be considered low carb? So would these brownies be considered low carb?
So, there is question about that because beans, beans, a lot of people say beans, like on the keto diet or one of those diets that say don't eat beans because beans are high in carbs. So, I would say the answer to your question is not a low carb. It depends on what you need for your body. So if you're needing, okay, so for a perfect example, if you are a vegetarian, a vegan, and you're not eating any source of protein at all, this would be your answer. You would have beans. You would have beans and everything and beans all the time. And so it outweighs the fact that it's a carb. It's a high carb, but it is a healthy carb. It's what you call a complex carb. And complex instead of a simple carb. So a complex carb actually, when you eat the ingredients, it sustains you throughout the day. It gives you that energy throughout the day, that sustained energy that you need. A simple carb gives you that's that white refined sugar or high fructose corn syrup. It gives you that boost and then you crash. That's a simple carb. All right. So this would be considered a complex carb, high carb, full of protein. So it just depends on what your body needs. That was a long answer.
I appreciate it.
So was that your question?
Yes, it's
Oh,
Yvette again.
yes. Awesome. 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 Very good. So any more questions? Any more questions?
No more.
All right. Well, you definitely will get the recipes um, for this and the acai fruit bowl, as well as the black bean brownies. And I have enjoyed you all this evening. I am going to sign off now. and turn it over to my ladies there. Thank you.
All right, so we want your feedback. Thank you for joining us today. So before you leave, please complete the survey. You'll see a link in the email, so just complete that short survey. And Yolanda also put it in the chat box. So if you want to complete it now, if you complete the survey, you are entered for a chance to win an Amazon gift card along with any resources from the program tonight. Also, please join us for our next nutrition workshop, Gamifying Meal Planning, on May 12th. Oh, this is old. So actually, so I have here, we have one on June 29th from 6 o'clock to 6:45. I think sorry about that. Everything's ringing at the same time. But again, so just don't forget to complete the survey. There's a link in the chat box if you participants want to complete it tonight, and also just look for it in your email.
Thank you for joining us for this fun, fresh summer smoothie and cooking session. For more videos to help you make healthier choices, visit the Department of Parks and Recreation's online resource center at pgparks.com or the Health and Wellness Virtual Library at wellness.pgparks.com. Until next time, be healthy, be well.